My friends, I want to tell you something today. There comes a time in every life when the weight of doubt feels heavier than the hope in your heart. When the voice inside your head whispers, "You're not enough. You'll never make it." But I'm here to tell you that voice is a liar. You were created with a purpose, and the one who gave you life never designed you to live defeated. You may have failed, but you are not a failure. You may have been broken, but you are not beyond repair. The storms you've walked through, the tears you've shed, the sleepless nights you've endured, they have not been wasted. They are shaping you, refining you, making you stronger than you've ever been. Every mountain you face is not there to block your way. It's there to prove that you can climb. Every setback you've experienced is not the end. It's the preparation for a greater comeback. You are not defined by the mistakes of yesterday, but by the decisions you make today. And today, you decide to rise again. The truth is, believing in yourself isn't about pretending you have all the answers. It's about knowing that even when you stumble, you have the strength to get back up. It's about trusting that your journey is not over and that your story still has chapters to be written. So silence the voices of doubt and listen to the truth. You are capable. You are chosen. You are stronger than you think. You have survived things that would have crushed others, and you're still standing. That means there's more for you ahead than there is behind you. The moment you choose to believe again, doors will open that you thought were locked forever. Opportunities will come that you never imagined, and the light that has been flickering inside you will burn bright once more. Don't wait for permission to live the life you were meant to live. Don't wait for the world to validate your worth. Stand tall, walk forward, believe again, because the only thing standing between you and the life you dream of is the belief that it's possible, and it is. Failure is something every person encounters at some point in life. It comes in many forms: missed opportunities, wrong decisions, lost battles, or moments when nothing seems to go as planned. Yet, what truly shapes a person's destiny is not the failure itself, but the choice they make after it. Some people allow failure to become a permanent label, wearing it as if it defines their identity. But failure is never a definition. It is merely a moment, a lesson, a temporary stop on the journey towards something greater. The decision to rise again transforms that moment from a stumbling block into a stepping stone. When you fall, it can be tempting to stay down, to let discouragement seep into your mind and convince you that trying again isn't worth it. But every time you choose to rise, you are rewriting your own story. You are proving that your future is not dictated by what went wrong yesterday. Every step you take after a setback is a declaration that you are stronger than the moment that tried to break you. This is where real growth begins, not in the comfort of success, but in the uncomfortable, painful choice to stand back up when life has knocked you to the ground. The power of rising again is not just about physical action, it's about renewing your inner belief. The world can take away your job, your possessions, or even relationships, but it cannot take away your will to keep moving unless you give it away. Rising again means reclaiming that inner fire, even if it feels like just a flicker at first. With each step forward, that spark grows stronger until it becomes a blazing force that drives you toward your goals. It is important to understand that rising again does not mean ignoring what went wrong or pretending that pain doesn't exist. It means learning from it, drawing wisdom from the experience, and using it to navigate your path with greater clarity. Those who succeed in life are not the ones who never face defeat, but those who refuse to let defeat have the final say. When you decide to rise again, you inspire more than just yourself. Others see your resilience and are reminded that they too can overcome. Your courage becomes a beacon for someone who feels trapped in their own failure. The act of getting up is contagious. It spreads hope. It breaks the illusion that failure is final, and it empowers others to do the same. The truth is, life will always test you, and there will be moments that try to convince you to quit. But each time you rise again, you strengthen the unshakable truth within you. Failure is not the end, but the beginning of a new chapter. And when you carry that truth, nothing, not fear, not doubt, not even the weight of your past, can keep you from moving toward the life you were meant to live. Setbacks often feel like roadblocks, sudden interruptions that derail our plans and force us into moments of frustration, doubt, and even despair. They can make you question your abilities, your choices, and your future. But in reality, setbacks are not the end of the road. They are part of the process that shapes you for something far greater than you could have imagined. What feels like a delay or a detour is often a form of preparation, a refining period that equips you with the strength, wisdom, and resilience needed for the next chapter of your journey. Every great comeback story is rooted in moments of setback. Without them, there would be no need for a return, no testimony of strength, no proof of growth. Setbacks Setbacks force you to pause, to reevaluate, and to build skills you might not have developed otherwise. They challenge you to look deeper within yourself and find resources you didn't know you had. Sometimes they strip away the unnecessary, forcing you to focus only on what truly matters. In doing so, they create a stronger foundation for the future that is coming. Think of it like an athlete preparing for a championship. The grueling training, the sore muscles, the failures in practice. These are not punishments, but essential steps in building the strength needed to win. In life, setbacks serve the same purpose. They train your character, deepen your patience, and expand your vision. They are not meant to keep you down, but to prepare you to rise higher than you were before. It's easy to mistake a setback for rejection, to think that because your plan didn't work out, your dream is over. But more often than not, it's a redirection, guiding you towards something better aligned with your true purpose. The closed doors, the missed opportunities, the unexpected challenges, they are all shaping the path for your ultimate comeback. And when the moment finally arrives, you will see how every delay, every disappointment, and every detour was necessary for you to be ready. During a setback, you gain experiences that success alone could never teach. You learn humility, the value of persistence, and the ability to stand firm in uncertainty. You discover that your worth is not defined by your current circumstances, but by your willingness to keep going. And in the process, you become someone who is not only ready to receive greater things, but also capable of sustaining them when they arrive. The beauty of a comeback is that it does not erase the pain of the setback. It redeems it. The very things that once held you back become the proof of your resilience and the fuel for your victory. When the breakthrough finally comes, it will not just be a win. It will be a testimony that the delays, the struggles, and the tears were all preparing you for a bigger stage, a greater opportunity, and a deeper sense of purpose than you could have imagined. Believing in yourself is not just a positive mindset. It is a force that transforms the way you approach life and the opportunities that come your way. When you hold the conviction that you are capable, worthy, and equipped to handle challenges, something shifts within you. That inner confidence begins to influence your actions, your decisions, and even the way others perceive you. It becomes a magnet that attracts possibilities you might have otherwise overlooked or dismissed. The moment you begin to truly believe, you reignite a spark that has the power to set new things in motion. Self-belief changes how you carry yourself. It gives you the courage to take chances, to step into unfamiliar territory, and to pursue goals that once felt out of reach. When you see yourself as capable, you no longer shy away from challenges. You begin to seek them out as opportunities to grow. This shift in perspective often leads to doors opening that you didn't even know existed, because now you're willing to knock, ask, and step forward instead of staying in the shadows. Belief in yourself also has a way of silencing the internal voices of doubt and fear that hold you back. Without that belief, it's easy to let opportunities pass you by, convincing yourself that you're not ready or that someone else is more qualified. But when you choose to trust in your own abilities, you create momentum. That momentum attracts the attention of others, people who can support you, collaborate with you, and connect you with the right opportunities. In this way, your belief becomes a bridge that leads to new possibilities. Life often presents us with opportunities disguised as challenges. Without belief in yourself, you might see only the difficulty and retreat. With belief, you see the potential hidden within the struggle. This perspective allows you to take bold steps that others might avoid. And it's in these moments of courage that the most significant breakthroughs happen. You begin to realize that every closed door is not the end, but simply a redirection toward a better one waiting to be opened. Moreover, believing in yourself creates an energy that is contagious. People are naturally drawn to those who exude confidence and purpose. This can lead to unexpected invitations, partnerships, and opportunities for growth. Your self-belief signals to the world that you are ready, capable, and willing to embrace what comes your way. This readiness is often the very thing that causes new doors to open, because the world responds to the energy you project. In the end, self-belief is the starting point for every great achievement. It reignites hope when it feels lost, pushes you to try again when you've failed, and gives you the strength to move forward even when the path is uncertain. By choosing to believe in yourself, you set in motion a series of events that can change your life entirely. The opportunities are already out there waiting for you to step forward with the conviction that you are worthy of them. Your worth is not something that can be measured by the opinions, judgments, or expectations of others. It is an unchanging truth rooted in the potential that exists exists within you. Too often, people allow their sense of value to be shaped by external voices, whether it's praise, criticism, comparisons, or societal standards. But real worth is not a reflection of what others think you are. It is a reflection of who you truly are and what you are capable of becoming. When you understand this, you begin to live with a freedom that no amount of outside approval can give and no amount of disapproval can take away. Every person carries a unique combination of talents, passions, and possibilities. These are not dictated by another's perception, and they are not erased by another's doubt. Your potential is like a seed planted deep within you. It exists whether or not anyone else can see it yet. Just because someone fails to recognize your value does not mean it isn't there. Their inability to see it often says more about their perspective than it does about your worth. Once you stop seeking validation from outside sources, you free yourself to focus on nurturing your inner strengths and pursuing your calling without fear. Allowing others to define your worth is a dangerous trap because people's opinions are fickle. They can praise you one day and criticize you the next based on circumstances, moods, or their own insecurities. If your sense of value rises and falls with those shifting opinions, you will constantly live in a state of instability. But when your worth is anchored in the truth of your own potential, you stand unshaken. You begin to see challenges not as proof of inadequacy, but as opportunities to prove to yourself just how capable you really are. Your potential is limitless when you recognize it and choose to develop it. This requires an inner commitment to growth and a willingness to invest in yourself regardless of how others respond. When you believe in your own possibilities, you stop being defined by labels, failures, or setbacks. You start creating a life based on your vision instead of someone else's limitations. The moment you realize your value comes from within, you gain the power to step into your destiny with confidence.